All right, beginners, so moving on to history, you should have a page that looks just like this, so go ahead and get it on out. And what we are going to talk about today, what is history? History is God's story of His creation. All right, so let's say it with me again. History is God's story of His creation. All right, so that's you, that's me, that's your pets, if you have a pet, that's your parents, your grandparents, all right, everything that's living, the plants, the trees, His creation. All right, so what did we learn about last week? We learned about what? That's right, we talked about our history, because we're in the book of life, we're in God's history, right? He created us, so we're part of history. And then what did we learn in literature? We learned about Edgar and Ingrid's history. Remember how they're from Germany and Norway, all right, and then they moved to the United States. So we're learning a lot about history, different subjects, aren't we? So going back onto history, your page should look like this. If you look down here, it's labeled day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. There's 7 days, and they each have a different color. So go ahead and get out either a crayon or a color pencil. I'm gonna use the jumbo crayons, but go ahead and get out something because you guys are gonna be circling in these different colors right here in just a minute, all right? So I'm gonna read to you a little bit about Genesis, Genesis 1, or Genesis 1:1, and then we're gonna fill out this page together. Okay, so it says, God created the heavens and the earth. All right, now we're gonna go on to the first day. God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw this light, and He said that light was good. So looking from our page, we're gonna start with red, so everybody grab a red crayon. All right, and because our day 1 has a red crayon, or has a red, not a red crayon, it has a red, it's in red. So I'm gonna use my red crayon. And which one right here shows a picture and says day 1, and shows the picture of creation, God saying, let there be light? That's right up here in the corner. So let's go ahead and circle that as day 1 with our red, just like that. Excellent job. Now, if you're in group A, so if you're Josias, Rocio, Mateo, you're gonna have your mommy and daddy write in cursive, God said, let there be light. And then you guys are gonna be able to trace it on top with a pencil. So what you're gonna do is when your parents write it, you're gonna get your pencil and you're gonna go right on top and you're gonna stay on the line and you're gonna trace whatever your mom and dad write. Now, if you're group B, so Christian, Gabriel, Jayla, Isabella, Ezra, and Aiden, you guys are gonna go ahead and write this all by yourself. So number 1 says what? God said, let there be light. So you guys can go ahead and pause the button and go ahead and fill this out, or the first one. Excellent job. So looking at our paper again, what color did they use next for day 2? Yellow. So now we're gonna go ahead and get out a yellow crayon. Okay, so after day 1, God said, let there be light. Day 2, God said, let there be an atmosphere. And there was an atmosphere. God said, this is good. So, which one shows an atmosphere? Now, what is an atmosphere? You guys are probably saying, it's a really big word. Can you guys say atmosphere? Atmosphere. So, atmosphere is the gases surrounding the earth. Now, do you see anything here that may be a gas? Well, if you look outside and it's a cloudy day, did you know that clouds are actually made of gases? So if you look right here, day 2 would be this picture with the water and with the giant cloud there, because the cloud is a gas. So we're going to circle that as day 2. Excellent job. Again, if you're group A, you'll trace over for number 2. If you're group B, you'll write it, and it says, God created the atmosphere. Atmosphere is a big word, so take your time and go nice and slowly. Excellent job, beginners. Now day 3, they used blue. So let's go ahead and get our blue out. And for day 3, it says, God created the dry lands, because there's already water. So He created the dry lands, the trees, and the plants on day 3. Which one shows dry lands, and trees and plants. Let's see. We have this one with more clouds and a moon and a sun. We have sun here. Oh, look, there's dry land and there's water, but there's also animals. Are animals created yet? No. So it's going to be this one right here where there's dry land, water, and clouds. So this will be day 3. And so it's not confusing, this one's day 3 right here. You could put a little arrow like that if you'd like. All right, so day 3, God created, on day 3, God created the dry lands, trees, and plants. Group B, this is what you'll be writing, and group A, you will just be tracing on top of the paper. Excellent job, beginners. Now, this is a lot of writing, I know, right here for you guys to do. So we're gonna go ahead and pause the video, and tomorrow, or not tomorrow, the next time you guys have history, you guys will be able to finish day 4 to 7. All right, so day 4 to 7, we'll finish tomorrow. Great job. All right, beginners, welcome back to your second part of history, where we're learning about creation. So we did what? Day 1 was light. Day 2, God created the atmosphere. Day 3, God created the dry land. All right, and now we are moving on to day 4. So day 4 is what color? Purple. So let's get out a purple crayon. I have my purple crayon. Day 4 says, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars. So what did he create? The sun, the moon, and the stars. So what picture here shows sun, moon, and stars? You guys tell? That's right, the one with the sun, the moon, and the stars. Really easy, huh? So go ahead and circle day 4 in purple. And your sentence for day 4 says, God created the sun, the moon, and stars. Go ahead and write that for day 4. Day 5 says, God created the animals of the air and of the sea. God saw that this was good. So what did he create? Animals of the air and the sea. What kind of animals are in the air? Birds. Let's see, are they penguins? Well, penguins can't fly even though they are birds, so not penguins. Let's see, what's another? So birds, maybe pterodactyls. Let's see, what's an animal of the sea? Fish, dolphins, sharks. So all the creatures in the water and all the creatures above the water he created on what day? Day 5. So day 5 is green, so get your green marker. And let's look for the one that has animals in the ocean and in the sky, and circle that for day 5. Great job. We're almost done. Here's your sentence for day 5. Remember, group B, you're writing it all by yourself. And if you are group A, go ahead and trace them. All right, number 7. God created the land, animals, and man. I'm sorry, not day 7, I'm sorry. Day 6, God created the land, animals, and man. Which picture shows land, animals, and man? There's 2 pictures. That's right, right here. This is day 6. So get your orange, and we're gonna circle this for day 6. Great job. And your sentence is right here. God created land, animals, and man. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and erase this. And our last one is what? Day 7. All right, and day 7 is in black. So get out a black. I have my black right here. And it's, does anyone know what happened on day 7? Did God create anything else? No, he rested. So day 7 is a day of rest. This is day 7. Good job. And day 7, we're gonna write it right here on the board. It says God rested. Oh, and don't forget your period at the end of a sentence. All right, so this is what I want you guys to do. Let's review. I'm going to ask you guys a question. What happened on day 1? That's right, God created light. All right, how about on day 3? What did God create? The dry land and the plants. Good. How about day 6? You guys remember what happened on day 6? That's right, he created Adam, man, and he created what? Land animals. How about day 4? What did God create? You see it at night. That's right, the sun, the moon, and the stars. All right, so go ahead and go over these a couple times and get them really memorized in your head, all right? What day did God create everything, and what day did God create us? Because what? We're special in God's eyes. Okay, so this is for history. Great job.